Hello everyone, I'm your chairman of the board, got it right, and I welcome you all to another episode of Random Crap I Bought on Steam. And to be season appropriate, today we are going to play Hitman. Is that a joke, I hear you ask? And no, as a matter of fact, it isn't. Because Hitman 2016, just called Hitman TM, because fuck subtitles, and by subtitles I mean taglines? That's not what you call them, right? Anyway, Hitman 2016 just had an update release that is, of course, Christmas themed, called Holiday Hoarders. It's a modification, I suppose, of the game's first level, which is set in a rather large building in Paris. And, we can play it. I haven't played it before. Wanted to do it the first time on camera for you. We have two targets called Harry Smokey Bagnado and Marv Slick Gonniff. Is that a reference to... we're gonna see. We have a variety of suits that can be unlocked. Those are purely cosmetic, but nonetheless you can pick one of them. The Absolution suit, the signature suit, I think that's the one from Blood Money. Absolution suit is obviously the one from Hitman Absolution. In other words, the game no one liked. Well, other than me. I actually liked it quite a bit. So how about that? But we're gonna go with the tuxedo. Are we gonna take anything else with us? I'm kinda inclined to say I would like to, instead of a coin, just in case I need it, take the lockpick with me. But other than that, we are just gonna start it the usual way. Do we get a briefing? It doesn't really seem that way. Because for most targets in this game, well, that is to say, for most main targets and for the so-called elusive targets, which are kinda, time-limited content that you get for, it's mostly like 2 days or something, where you can do them and then you kind of lose the opportunity to do these kind of special missions. You also only get one attempt at them, which means if you die or if you fail to escape, you don't get another chance. You don't. Man, listen to that music though. How can you not? Because it's way too loud. Talking about way too loud, I'd like to turn it down a bit. Master volume. About half seems pragmatic. No.
This impressive structure is a perfect
Much
metaphor
better.
for sanguine owner Victor Novikov's business
So yeah, here we are,
philosophy,
Paris.
making
You can tell because there's the French flag all the way up there. There is no snow though, sadly, which is a bit of a shame, you know. It's a bit of a shame. I mean, you have like those Christmas trees, and you have those presents and all the decoration, and you have like little Santa hats on these statues. Actually, those are probably regularly sized Santa hats on these statues because they are regularly sized statues.
Have fun.
And I mean, here you have something that seems a bit like snow. As a matter of fact, yeah, you do have snow, but you don't have any snow on the ground. That's what I'm saying. And that's my whole point.
Step right.
I wish there was snow on the ground. It would have made the atmosphere even better. Though it is good atmosphere, make no mistake. Look at that.
Please. No, sir, you can't come through. Sorry.
Now there's the guy who would be the target if this was the regular mission. He is not because this isn't. Do I still know the controls of this game? You know what? No, because I hardly ever played him on keyboard and mouse. I usually played him on a controller, which is why I'm going to do that right now. Do I know the controls now? Yes, I do. So, Red is obviously the target. He's all the way down there. And by all the way down there, I mean... it would seem like he's in the basement. Huh. And the other one, I am gonna assume, is somewhere way up there. I should have a map. Should have a map. Here we go. Okay, one in the basement and one on the first floor. So first things first, we're gonna get ourselves a disguise. There is one particularly good disguise in this level. See, this game kinda expects you to learn a few things, like to memorize them. That's what I'm trying to say. One of them is specific disguises are better than others. Obviously. See, by which I mean, with specific disguises you get access to more areas than you get with other ones. And there is one which grants you access basically literally everywhere. What's up with that guy? He's a security guard. Let's just wait for him to fucking leave, and then we can go by here. Now, this level isn't usually a Christmas party. It's usually a fashion show. All in all, it's kinda reminiscent actually of the opera level in Hitman Blood Money. Which means that the best disguise to have is one of the model. A model. A specific one. Who just happens to look like Agent 47. Just in fancy clothes and makeup. And he's right there. See him with like the white dot over his head, the one who's not the security guard, but the one being photographed because he's a model, it's his job. You should have assumed as much. We want his clothes. And eventually he's going to go all the way back there, or at the very least he should, and he's going to make a phone call, and while making that phone call he's going to be distracted, and while he's distracted we can take him out and take his stuff.
Yeah, that's working. Okay, don't stop. Look at whatever you're doing. Don't stop. Don't stop. This is gold. Tell me what it is.
Or does he not do that for this special mission? Because he does it during the regular mission, but it doesn't seem like he has any interest in
Yes.
getting that phone call.
Classic Helmut Kruger. Okay, now give me that humble, authentic smile that made the girls swoon during the recession. Oh, perfect.
This is getting us nowhere. Well, there are always other disguises. I would very much like to get one as one of the security guards. Oh wait, I think he does get phone call. You know, sometimes the script just doesn't play out right. Wait a moment, I'm going to make a save here. That's another thing that the elusive targets don't let you do, they don't let you save. Means you have to play it in one fell swoop. Is that the expression I was looking for there? You have one attempt. Like, that's the non-overly complicated way of saying it. You have one attempt to try it. And if you miss your chance, well, tough luck. I'm gonna be honest with you, most of those I didn't actually manage to do. I think did like, I wanna say 3, maybe 3 or 4. I failed at the other ones. I wish that security guard would go away. I wish. I effing wish. Yeah, like that. I wish those two would go away as well. There was nothing there. There is nothing there. Go away. Turn around. Should be about right. Now I can take him out. I hope so. Disguise myself as him. And, well, hiding the body should prove a bit more difficult, because, as I said, there are a shitload of security guards here. There is a crate in which you can stuff his body in, right over there. But getting there with those clowns around isn't exactly easy. If I had a way to distract him... Actually, I should be able to drag him... Oh, please don't turn around. And you know what? I can save. I keep forgetting that, but I can save. I'm too used to those elusive targets. But I can save. And if I mistime it... Yeah, I thought so. Never mind, I'm going to reload. That was, of course, just an experiment. Also, you know, I've played a few stealth games on this account, right? I've played a few stealth games on this channel. And somehow I managed to suck at basically all of them. Why did I do that? Because I'm bad at stealth. Because I'm too impatient for that kind of genre. And, I think that's something that becomes quite clear if you actually watch me play. So, anyone going to see me?
Hey, you! Not another step!
Huh. Yes. See, that's all I wanted to know. The issue, of course, is, you know, I have to hide the body, because otherwise someone would find it eventually, and that would set the whole level on alarm. Also, it would get me a worse rating. So, just wait for me to make some...
Don't move!
No, that's not how you're supposed to do this. I wish I had something to distract the guy. I should have brought the coins along. Coins being coins that you can throw to distract guards. Yeah, but that guy, he's kinda looking into that direction.
Please, sir, behave in an orderly fashion.
If I had something to throw... That would be really all I needed. But I don't have anything to throw. Because then I could make him go somewhere else where he couldn't see the body. And... See, here's my issue. If I just didn't give a dang, I could have just dumped him down there in the river. But that means he would have died. And if he would have died, he would have been an innocent victim. Like, he would be a kill other than the target, which gets you a worse rating, which is not what you want. You want a good rating, a perfect rating, ideally. And... see, anything else just feels like I'm playing the game wrong. Of course you might argue taking like 100,000 attempts at the same thing also qualifies as playing the game wrong. And you know what? You'd be absolutely right. But at least that won't be in my rating at the end of the mission, as long as I keep reloading. And I'm very well aware that I'm a real bad safe scammer. Like, in that sense, I'm absolutely the worst. Also, I've never been down here. I think that would be an alternate escape route that I've never used because I've always used the helicopter. Actually, maybe not. What do I have down there? A crowbar? Always kinda useful to bring one along. You wouldn't think so, but it is. Whatever in the world that is. And... okay, yeah, no, I get it. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of interesting stuff down there. You see, the levels in this game are all very expansive. If you remember Blood Money, and maybe you remember it because I've played it on this channel, the levels were fairly big and fairly open-ended. But they are nothing compared to this game. This game is huge. Every single level is huge. The other side of that, of course, is that there are less levels overall, right? Huh. Look at that. I mean, obviously that's the wine cellar. Just pointing out the obvious there. But look at that. Look at the Christmas tree and those presents. And that That table. Wouldn't you just like to sit down at that table and have dinner? I kinda would. Most definitely. I wanted to say just look at how good that food looks, but really the textures are kinda not exactly state of the art, you know. Not that they have to be, mind you, but I honestly feel like Hitman Absolution was just an all-around better looking game. Look at that, that's the first victim. Well then. He's not around anymore.
Target down.
That was easy. You see, most like real targets, by real targets I mean most actually story mission targets, are microphone. I have absolutely no idea what I need that for. A saber? Oh, I'm not allowed to. Fine. You're the other target, aren't you?
Oh! Oh!
What is it? I kinda want to know, could I stab him with the saber? Therefore, I'm going to save here. Right. What can I do with this microphone? This rare model was removed from the market in the 1960s after causing a number of electric shock fatalities. Apparently a production defect makes the... I distinctly remember that being an item in I'm wanting to say something. That being an item in another mission in this game. The one set in Hokkaido. No, not the one set in Hokkaido. The one set in Bangkok. That's it. The one set in Thailand, of course. Because well, it was a microphone that caused electric shocks and you had to assassinate a singer there, a musician. Wait, I want to use those shurikens. I really want to use these shurikens. Yeah, like that.
Both targets are down.
I mean, that wasn't nearly as exciting as I expected it to be, but... Here we go. Here we go. So, was that really the whole mission? Because, you see, challenge is something else entirely. And compared to the actual, like, story missions in this game, even the actual, like, elusive targets and the actual other targets, escalations, that's what they're called, this was very, very trivial. Of course, it might just have been, you know, a kind of light-hearted holiday romp to get your seasonal spirits up. But then, you know, then I don't have anything else to say about it. I'm perfectly fine with that. We are done. Let's take the boat out there. Could also take the helicopter, but missing key, are you serial right now? I don't think you are. Well, okay then I'm going to use the helicopter, if you say so. I'm sure I won't need a key for that, right? Because you can just get into a helicopter and exit, and that's all there is to it. It's not like flying in helicopter is in any way difficult, right? But look at that silent assassin. Feels like a hell of an accomplishment. What I was going to say there. I think those two, are they a reference to Home Alone? It's been like an eternity since I've seen that movie. There were two movies, actually no, there were probably more. But I remember the first one, and I remember the second one set in New York. You know, that one had a cameo by Donald Trump. Certainly the hallmark of a very good movie. A cameo by Donald Trump. Nothing says quality more than that. But I digress. This is Hitman 2016. It's a good game. It's a fantastic game, actually. Probably I want to say my game of the year would be if it wasn't for Watch Dogs 2. And if it wasn't for Final Fantasy 15, probably. I haven't played it yet, but it looks like it's the kind of game I would enjoy, so... don't want to call it the best game of 2016 prematurely, but it's probably one of the ones I enjoyed the most. And I've played a few games that came out this year. I've played Dark Souls 3, which was good. I've played Deus Ex Mankind Divided, which was alright, worse than the previous one. I've played... Mafia 3. Not nearly as bad as people will tell you, but it's not really a game I'd recommend for a full price. And as I said, I've played Watch Dogs 2, which I unironically love. Like, that's a game that's way better than it has any right to be. Watch Dogs 1 was a genuinely shit game. It was a shit game. Absolutely sucked. But Watch Dogs 2 is fantastic and I have no idea how that happened. But as I said, I digress. This is Hitman 2016, give it a try. It had an episodic release, there's going to be a second season next year. I think so. And this is another game that was better than it had any right to be. I didn't hate Hitman Absolution. As a matter of fact, I liked Hitman Absolution. But Hitman Absolution didn't exactly embody the strengths of the series. You know what I'm saying? It was a great Splinter Cell game, but it was a very poor Hitman game. A good game overall, no doubt. But many fans of the series hated it. I wasn't among them, I liked it. But many fans of the series hated it, and I see where they're coming from. But this game, certainly a return to form, certainly going back to the strengths of Blood Money, expanding upon the strengths of Blood Money, and that's a great place for the series to go. Make no mistake. And I think that's all I have to say about this. So, I am your chairman of the board, this is Hitman, and I'll be seeing you again eventually. And until then, be seeing you, ciao.